Hi guys, how are we doing? I thought we'd continue with our theme of me giving a voiceover to the lesson to try and explain things in a bit more detail rather than the emails I have been sending. Thank you to those of you that have sent me your work already from Monday's lesson about the components of fitness in badminton. If you haven't already, I would like both the badminton and dodgeball sending by the end of the week in whatever format you can do it in. I said in my email on Monday, quite happy for you to handwrite it, send a picture in, do it on Word, PowerPoint. As long as you have an attempt at it and send me your evidence, that would be absolutely great. So, as I've already said, we're going to look at today how the components of fitness are used in dodgeball. Again, so I'd like you to think about how the components are used, describe them, and then explain how the components contribute to effective play in dodgeball. Obviously, the more detail you can give, the better. So I'm not going to go through all the components again because we did that for Monday's lesson. So in front of you are the 11 different components of fitness that you should know and should be able to define. On the next slide is going to be a short video of some dodgeball players. Well, I say short, it does end up being about 4 minutes long, only because if you're like me, you would want to see how the game ends. But for those of you that are not interested who wins the actual game, just watching a minute or two of it is absolutely fine to give you some idea of how the components are being used. game there. Can't even work out who won. I think it was USA over Canada. That is actually the World Championship game from 2014. One thing I do need you to think about, as we will be moving on to this, is thinking about the tactics that they've used there. Obviously, when we play dodgeball at school, it's a bit of a free-for-all, every man for themselves. But as you could see from that game, there was a lot more tactics being put into practice. But we'll come to that next week. So, as I did with the badminton, I'm going to try and give you some examples. And I've tried to write them how you would talk. And I've used different components of fitness to what I did with the badminton example. So, first of all, I've thought about body composition. The definition for the body composition is the ratio of fat mass, so fat, to non-fat mass, which is your organs, muscle and bone in the body. So obviously, most sports have a specific type of body composition that benefit the sport the most. It doesn't mean you have to be just like that, but obviously it does help certain sports. For example, a sumo wrestler has to be really quite large and overweight with lots of fat, whereas marathon runners tend to be really thin and lean and quite tall, something called ectomorph. So, for our dodgeball, we're thinking, so my example says, when playing dodgeball, the ideal body composition would be to be thin, so it is harder for your opponents to hit you. Also, though, you need to be muscular, so you can create more power in your throws. Also, a leaner body composition would make you more agile to move around the court. Again, that doesn't mean you have to be a stick thin, okay? As you can see by the Canadian man that was left in there, he wasn't really thin and tall, he was quite muscular and stocky in build, but it's just ideal. You wouldn't want to be the size of a sumo wrestler trying to play dodgeball, as you just wouldn't be able to move around the court quick enough. Secondly then, the skill component, I've put about coordination. This is the ability of parts of the body to work together to smoothly and accurately. I'll say that again. The ability of parts of the body to work together smoothly and accurately. I've got an extra 2 in there, so I will remove that. So, there are lots and lots of different things going on in a game of dodgeball. It's a very fast game, as you know. You have to move, which is dodging, throw, catch, watch the balls flying around, and watch what the other players are doing. Good coordination allows us to do all these things effectively without losing balance and power in the throws. That's sometimes how we get hit in a game of dodgeball, because our eye might be watching someone else and what they're doing and trying to dodge potentially a ball coming at us when another ball might then be thrown at us. So I'm sure you can give lots of explanation there above what I've put if needed. So finally then, if you could please do your explanations for all 11 components of fitness. Again, you can do it on a Word document, a PowerPoint, you can record your voice or visually. As long as you get it down and then send it to me so I've got it as evidence when we return to school, that'll be great. As always, any problems, just email me straight away. Okay, take care, bye.